Okay, this is your orientation of our trailer. Most likely you've identified yourself as experienced or as an RV expert. So we put together this little video as my wife will most likely be doing your delivery, and her knowledge might be a little bit limited on certain things. So here we go. Your purple key is for the door, the main door of the trailer. That's all it controls. Your middle key here, the silver one, that's for the storage compartments on the side of the trailer. If you find that the key won't turn very easily, just pull it out and flip it around. It should, they all work really well, and they all turn real easy. Now this black key here is for your hitch lock. Again, black key for that. Okay, so propane. Obviously you open your valve if you're going to be using the propane. That includes the refrigerator. The refrigerator works on propane. All your lights will have been tested prior to visit, and we check all the tire pressure. It's all adjusted to 75 psi. So this is the main service side of this trailer. In this compartment here you have chairs. I think there's 4 or 5 chairs in there, and stabilizer jacks on all 4 corners. Once you're parked and disconnected and level, you put those down, stabilize the trailer. This valve here is your freshwater drain valve. It drains the tank that's in the trailer if you filled it up with water. And to fill that tank inside this trailer is this container here. You fill this up with water, and then you will use the pump on the inside to get your water throughout the trailer. This is your city water connection, where you basically hook your garden hose if you have access to water for full-time camping. So if you don't have running water at your campsite, you're going to just fill this up till you start seeing water come out. Either comes out a bit out of the bottom or a bit out of here, you know you're full. And again, this is if your site has full service including water, you'll use that one. Underneath the trailer, you got your sewage, your black and your gray tank dump. That's your black, which is your toilet. Be very careful. And that's your gray tank. When dumping, always remember to empty the black tank first, close it, and then empty the gray tank, because that water from the gray tank is just your sink and your shower, and it helps clean out the pipe and all the grossness there. If you're camping with full service, we suggest leaving your black tank closed and your gray tank open with the sewer pipe connected to your drain. That's only if you have full service, of course. Please note that your black tank is already charged with a deodorizer and 5 gallons of water, so your black tank will be ready to go upon rental. These are just your drain low and high drain valves. Leave those closed. You should not need those during your trip at all. Again, tile pressure 75 psi. I'll have checked it before. Electrical connection, you just plug that in. I believe there's about 30-40 feet of wire there. In this compartment in the rear of the trailer is where I got all the tools. You got a little level there for leveling your trailer, your crank for your stabilizer jacks, some extra wheel chocks. You want to put a chock in front and behind each wheel. Here's a little ramp for sewer pipe if you have full hookups. There's some other tools in there to change a tire and stuff like that. Got another 40 or 50 foot extension cord of 30 amp wire. There will be a regular household adapter in here, but remember, household is only 15 amps. So you'd only, got to keep that in mind so you don't blow a fuse if you're just plugging into a house. Got your hoses, and you got your sewer pipe for full service campsites. And there's a 20 feet of sewer pipe, a connection to connect to the sewer drain, and some gloves and some hand sanitizer. Again, you'll only need that if you have full service. If you're just at a provincial campground and you're just going to a dump station to do a quick dump, there is a sewer pipe, a shorter one in here, which is perfect for quick dumps at dump stations. Again, it's in the bumper of the trailer. spare tire, also set at 75 psi. You got a little receiver for a bike hitch should you want one. Some bike hitches don't stick out far enough, and you might have to put that in the back of your vehicle, the spare tire. Hopefully not. If you do, we can help you with that. Okay, this side of the trailer, you got your second storage compartment. In here you just have in here you got your tow mirrors if you require them. Got an axe and a saw for chopping some wood. This wood's not for burning. This is for leveling your trailer or putting under your stabilizer jacks, whatever you need. And that's all we keep in this compartment. All right, got some speakers for the sound system. It's the vent for the kitchen, and your vents for the fridge. Now, a quick tip: when the fridge is on gas, I find the best way to make sure it's working on this trailer, because the systems are pretty basic, is you can hear kind of like the flame burning inside this compartment when it's running on gas to keep the fridge cold. And then this compartment, all we have in this compartment is, well, it's locked, but all that's in there is an awning crank. So it's a long bar that hooks into this spot on your awning. It's a manual awning, so you have to manually crank it. And again, that's the bar for that is in the front storage compartment. Okay, we're now inside the trailer. We have a 2-inch memory foam on top of the mattress. However, if it's too soft, which I doubt, you can roll this up and get it out of your way somehow, or we can leave it here. The bed will have a bamboo hyperallergenic waterproof mattress cover on it that we wash and sanitize between every renter. Now right here we have a table, outdoor table if you need it for outdoors, and that's just stuffed in there so it doesn't bang around, but again, that's an outdoor table. Underneath your bed is where you'll find your water tank and your pumps should you need them. If you have any issues with the priming, we'll explain to you how you can prime it, which you'll have to access there, but you most likely won't have that issue. All right, you got your washroom. Again, everything's been absolutely every surface in here has been washed and sanitized. You just flush by, well, you're an expert probably, so you probably know how to flush a toilet. A few extras under there. We ask that you only use the provided toilet paper, and we got some extra deodorizers should you need them. Again, your toilet is already primed with 5 gallons of water and a deodorizer, so you don't have to add any extra water there. Got a little ceiling fan. Most of the lights in this trailer are manual. So, and you got your shower. That right there is your natural gas and carbon monoxide detector. Green light is good. Okay, here, so whenever you need running water in this trailer, you turn this on. That's your pump. That'll make sure you got running water. We suggest that when you're not actually using water or flushing the toilet, always try to keep this off. We have found that this thing tends to like to run fairly steady, and it is kind of loud, so you probably want it off anyway. So whenever you're not using the water, please turn this off. That's your water pump. On this side, you got your water heater. It takes about 10-15 minutes to heat the water. It heats it with propane. Whether you leave this on or off, that's purely up to you, but it does use a fair amount of propane if you leave it on steady. Again, and then these will just tell you your limits. That's your fresh water, your black tank, your gray tank. Like all RVs, these are somewhat inaccurate. I find with our freshwater one, it'll show full once you first fill it, but after a few hours it'll show empty despite being full. So sometimes you can just peek at it underneath there. Now if you're running the water and all of a sudden it starts going do and you're not getting water, that means you're empty. Turn the pump off as quick as you can so you don't lose the prime, and you'll have to fill it up. I will probably ask you about our little black water-filled tote, so you don't have to pull the whole trailer to fill it up. Well, this is just your furnace. Also runs on propane should you need it. Right now it's off. Obviously move it up to whatever your desired heat setting is, and that's where the heat will come out when it's working. Okay, under here we got a small fan in there. That's because our air conditioner is right here, and we find it really cools this area. So what we do when we're sleeping is we put the fan here, blowing some of that cool air over towards the bed. Should you need that. You got a Keurig machine down there. You'll need electrical connection at your campsite to use it. That's 120 volt, as is that. That's also 120 volt, which requires a plug-in. Now, what's next? These two legs can be removed, and that comes down, and these cushions will all turn this into a second sleeping quarter if required. Adults can sleep on it, but it's probably best if the kids stay here because of weight reasons. But if it is an adult, I'm sure it's fine. Got a little garbage can, a little vacuum for you to use. Microwave, again, you're going to need 120 volt for that to work. Cooking fan, always make sure your fan is on when you got your hot plate on. This is your cooking center. It doesn't have a manual light, but we do include a little lighter there for you to light it up. Got some more utensils in here. Everything will have been cleaned by myself prior or after any rental, so I can assure you everything will be clean. And you got a few extras up here, plates and some cooking and some stuff to do your dishes. All right. Now fridge, this is an important one, so I'll probably make a separate video on this guy. This is a very basic fridge, but it is a little bit not the easiest thing. So this one, all the way when you're connected to electrical, which we are now, you see that green light came on. This is your setting for temperature. With the electrical when it's on when it's plugged in. Now to go to gas, okay, so to go to gas, you're going to move this up out of the off position. You're going to turn this one to the gas thing. I don't got the gas on right now, but you're going to hold this in for a few seconds. Well, actually, probably for over a minute. And then when you start seeing that dial, and you every few seconds push the spark button. When you see that dial go over into the green, that means your fridge is probably finally started on gas. But yeah, it is a little bit of a pain, this one. We suggest actually lighting one burner while you're doing this because it gets the gas flowing. So just to recap, so you'll turn this knob to gas. This is your gas temperature setting for the fridge, so we'll take it off of off and put it up to max. You're going to hold this in, and you're going to probably hold it for about 30 seconds, and then you can start slowly clicking this every few seconds till you see that green light, just like that. See how that just did that? Most likely you're started up now, and you can go outside and listen at that bottom vent that I showed you. And we're going to put it back on electrical. So we're back on electrical. Temperature is high. Since we're plugged in right now, and we'll make sure the fridge is cold for you when you get here. And I guess that concludes the interior of the trailer. That does not include the. I forgot to mention, down here is the fuse panel. So if you notice or you think anything's not working right here, you may need to flip some of those breakers. Might have tripped. Got some fuses for the 12 volt on your right. Shouldn't have any issues. We've never had with this, but just so you know, it's there. Obviously, you don't want to run your Keurig machine and your toaster or a heater like I have right now at the same time. Now that concludes. One more thing. We've included this very detailed, we think is detailed, which will go over all the different systems of the trailer to help assist you. And of course, on the front of this is our contact info. We'll make sure that we are available. Either me or Chris will be available for any phone calls with any questions.